Hi, it's Scott. ROCKFILE back with another podcast review for your ears. Going to talk about the new 4K edition of the movie Seven. I don't really have to talk too much about the movie. There are actual college courses that feature this movie. David Fincher's Seven in 1995 was a game changer. Funny that not all the critics liked it. It was 80-something% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not like it was 100% if it came out today. It was early stuff from Brad Pitt, a great performance from Morgan Freeman, Gwyneth Paltrow. You know, again, I don't have to review the movie. You know Seven. It was a game changer back in 1995. And how does it hold up? It still holds up. They did a lot of practical effects, especially for the victims. That still looks fantastic. So I'm talking mostly about the 4K, the new release. I got my Steelbook actually early. I thought I already reviewed this, so sorry about that. I wanted to get it out quicker for you. This is the best the movie has ever looked, coming from somebody who saw it in theaters in 1995, somebody who's owned the DVD that looked terrible, somebody who's owned the Blu-ray that didn't look much better. It finally looks like it should. It looks better than it did in the theater, to my knowledge. It was always a grainy, grungy-looking movie. I mean, if you know how the credits begin and end, the whole movie has that kind of feel, that music from Trent Reznor and Nine Inch Nails and everything. The whole thing just kind of works. It makes you feel uneasy. And the way Fincher put it all together, just fantastic. I mean, wow. The guy coming off Alien 3 went back to work, and really, this is a watershed moment for his career. Watching it now in 2025, there's nothing wrong with this film. Great acting. Things are set up in the beginning that you don't find out till the end. It all works together. It has layers. It's a smart script. Now, there's a few folks out there making a big deal that some AI-assisted stuff was used to clean up some of the things. There were a couple shots that were out of focus. There were some things in the background. David Fincher has revised a couple of these shots, a la James Cameron, a la several of the other directors who do that. I am not normally the biggest fan of it, but regardless, it's his film to do what he wants. I would like to keep the original if at all possible. Like George Lucas, please give us the original Star Wars. You changed things that didn't need to be changed. But in watching Seven this time in 4K, I'm looking for these things because the internet is just screaming about them. Oh, how could he? I didn't even notice not one instance of it. It's either so well done or so minor, I didn't even see it. Didn't see any of the stuff they talked about. They fixed a shot here. They fixed a doorway there. I didn't see any of that. The movie looks like a film from beginning to end. If you're watching for that stuff, you're kind of missing the point of watching the movie. The critical anything surrounding pop culture stuff, movies, cartoons, you name it. Everybody these days has just a hardcore opinion on things, and they hear something and they run with it. And man, if it has AI tagged to it anywhere in the art world, it's instantly negative. James Cameron used some AI software to fix some of his movies. Some look better than others now that they're out on 4K. Haven't really picked a lot of them up. I can't really comment on that. But this, compared to the Blu-rays I've owned and compared to what's in my mind's eye from seeing the film, this is the best it's ever looked. The HDR looks fantastic. Colors are strong. The picture is strong. It's clear in ways it's never been clear, even in smoky or rainy environments. And the brightly lit scenes out in the desert at the end, they just smoke. Close-ups, great. I mean, all in all, this is nearly a perfect transfer, regardless of what you think about the fixes in it, which I, again, didn't see any of those. The soundtrack, I wish we had gotten an object-based. That if I dock it for some points, we get a 5.1 mix that's lossless. It's really good. It's a great soundstage. It's wide. You have a very enveloping sense of sound. I just know that it could be a hair better. But honestly, it's a 1995 film. I don't expect it to sound like a current Marvel movie as far as the soundtrack goes. I'm very happy that my Steelbook came in early with no dents. I'm very happy with the extras, most of those ported over from the original stuff. The movie looks great. I have not watched it in years. It's one of those movies that you saw several times when you were younger, so you kind of, I think I know everything, but I'd forgotten little bits and pieces here and there that made the movie fantastic. Again, Morgan Freeman's fantastic in it. Brad Pitt basically makes the movie. Gwyneth Paltrow is fine in the film. And a very, very young, we didn't know who he was at the time, Kevin Spacey playing the bad guy. It was pretty on spot, all of it. Love it in the new 4K. Looks and sounds better than it has. I would give it a couple more points if we got Atmos, and I don't know. Really, no complaints. I really enjoyed watching the film this time. Glad it's in the collection. A version that I wouldn't mind pulling out anytime to blow it up on a giant screen and really get into the mood of the film. It still is one of the best, as one of my friends put it, the GOAT of thrillers. It is. It really is, and it holds up. So pick up 7. It's available in the Steelbook if you can find it. There's also a Digipack that people are complaining about the packaging. People will complain about anything. Just be happy you got 7 in 4K. More Fincher in 4K is coming, by the way. If you're fans of things like Social Network and Panic Room, those are coming out in about a month in 4K for the first time. Fincher was involved in all of this, so that's why they look so good. But 7 gets some of my highest marks for the year. It will wind up in my year-end list because it's just a great movie done well done by the movie studio. Check it out. It's available in 4K now. I'm Scott. I'm ROCKFILE. More podcasts are on the way. Going to be talking about some TV shows, too, from back in the day. Can't wait. Thanks for listening to a podcast today. Have a spectacular one.